Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. I say that with an accent because Dr. V behind the camera is from Venezuela. I heard him speaking in Spanish. I'm like, man, I should hire that guy for our Spanish division. So today's topic is a good one. Can you move your annuity from one company to another? And I'm assuming I'm going to add to that sentence without tax consequences. I got that answer for you after this. So, can you move an annuity from one company to another? So let's take a little bit of a step back, foundational. You can have an annuity, there's many types, in a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, and a non-IRA, non-qualified checking account type money, okay? You can have it anywhere. Just what happens is the taxation of the money when you come out is going to be different from a Roth, which is tax-free, from an IRA, which is taxable. Non-qualified depends on the product. It's either all going to be taxable or some of it's going to be taxable. But can you move from an annuity from one to the other? Well, that's a little complicated. Be careful who you ask that, because there's a lot of agents out there that will churn your account, move it from one annuity to another, just to create another commission. First of all, that's illegal. They should lose their license. It's called churning and twisting in the business. But let's go a little bit farther backwards to say, should you? Now, there are some annuity types that are not transferable. These are called annuitized. Annuitization means creating payments. But in essence, you're ripping the knob off a water faucet that you can't, there's no liquidity. So that would be immediate annuities, single premium immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts. Those are not like transferable. You can't transfer them. You can transfer deferred annuities like multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed indexed annuities, RILAs, variable annuities. Those are securities products that we don't deal with because I don't want to deal with them because there's no reason to deal with them. Good luck. There's not enough good for me to go get my securities license again. But with deferred annuities, there's a rule in the IRS code, if you're so bored and have no life, it's section 1035, 1035, and what that says is in a non-IRA account, non-qualified checking account, non-IRA, you can go from one annuity to another, and that's a non-taxable event. Goes from one to the other, okay? If you have a Roth IRA, you can go from the deferred income annuity, the deferred annuity inside of it, you know, MIGA, index annuity, whatever, variable annuity, from Roth IRA to another Roth IRA established at the annuity company that's receiving it. Same thing with traditional IRA. It will go from IRA to IRA. All of those are non-taxable events. So can you move your annuity from one company to another? The answer is yes, and it's a non-taxable event. But let's stop right here, because what I'm getting ready to say now is the most important part. We've established you can do that. My team can handle that all day long in a bag of chips. They can do that all day long. Okay? Hundreds of applications every single week, just rolling in, and they know how to do it. But what you need to know is just because you can transfer it doesn't mean you should transfer it. In the annuity industry, the receiving company has to see why you are moving it. And it has to be in your contractual favor. Not a hypothetical, not a theoretical, not a bonus. They have to see that you're upgrading your situation contractually. And in the application, we have to show a side-by-side comparison of where you're coming from to where you're going to. And that's where the games are played by the agents. Agents will fictitiously fill that out. Ask for the application. Ask to see a copy of it. A lot of times they're playing games. They're playing games with getting you to this other place, this other annuity company, to make a commission. Happens a lot in the indexed annuity world. A lot. In other words, they'll say, well, you got these surrender charges, but if you get this upfront bonus, it's going to make up for this and you can go over here. Just totally fraudulent. Crap. I've seen 1 out of 1,000 times that actually made sense. That's not a trend. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because you want to doesn't mean you can. We had a guy the other day called, he had been sold too many indexed annuities under the dream scenario, and he wanted to transfer them, but he only owned them for 2 years. Sorry, buddy. I mean, you made a mistake. You bought the dream, you own the contractual realities. The surrender charges are too high, and not an upfront bonus in the world will make up for it. So any jackwagon out there talking about upfront bonuses so he can flip your annuity is a charlatan and a fraud. And like I said, I've seen 1 out of 1,000 cases make sense. 1 out of 1,000, if that. Now, sometimes transferring things makes sense. I'll give you an example. We had a person the other day, old lady was very old, in her late 80s, and she had been sold a variable annuity a long time ago, and the kids wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to lose any money and it'd be there for everybody. And what we did is we transferred it from the variable annuity to a MYGA, a multi-year guarantee annuity, fixed rate annuity, the annuity industry version of a CD. What did we do? We stripped out 3 percentage points of fees on an annual basis. She went to a product with no fees and a guaranteed interest rate like a CD. It just made total sense. When you transfer like that, your cost basis transfers too. Another one we got recently, guy had purchased the dream of life insurance for tax-free lifetime income, and he found out when he watched one of my videos that that was a loan, that wasn't tax-free income, and he had built up all this cash value, and we could transfer from the cash value to a MYGA, is what he wanted. Okay, we could do that because he had been fraudulently sold, and we took him out of that and put him in a CD product. And at the end of like a MYGA, you can transfer it into an immediate annuity if your goal is lifetime income. Now, you got to say, wait a minute, Stan, I thought you said that you have to prove. Yeah, we do. The MYGA company, let's just say you own XYZ MYGA, that's made up, I'm not going to mention company names. And we're going to transfer it to an immediate annuity, the highest contractual guarantee we could find. We still have to get an annuitization quote from the MYGA company to prove that where they're going to is better. It's in your best interest for us to do that. I'm just telling you, that's where the games are played, that's where the fraud's played, and how some agents, not all, there's bad people in every industry, fill out the application. But by no means should an upfront bonus be considered to transfer and take surrender charge penalties from your current policy. My gosh. If that agent and advisor and maybe fiduciary is so hard up to make income, they need to get a second job. It shouldn't be on your back. So the question is, can I move my annuity to another company? Yes, you can. Will it be a non-taxable event? Yes, it will be. Should you? I don't know. Can you? I don't know. We have to see the case. We have to see the statements. Email me what you want me to look at, stan@theannuityman.com, or go to my site, theannuityman.com, and book a call so that we can have 30 minutes to talk about it. But do not allow someone to flip your annuity into another just so they can make a commission. And if they do, file a complaint and go after them. I hate saying that, but I'm seeing so much of it right now, it makes me sick. Are we perfect? No. But we tell the truth, and the truth is the transfer has to be in your favor, not the agent's favor. That's the truth. Should you do it? Maybe. Let's look at it. Can you do it? Yes. Is it a non-taxable event? Yes. Do me a favor. Watch this video I did on lifetime income. I know it's a little off topic, but it's pretty cool. I went over how artificial intelligence is going to change the game when it comes to lifetime income. You need to look at that because it's going to affect everyone pretty soon. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. I'll see you next time.